What's going on, Yeousch Sports? This is Robbie from Two Brothers Gaming, and this is week number 2 of 2K Fridays. NBA 2K13 has been out just over a week. We put out a great video last Friday introducing you to my MyTEAM. That's what you guys wanted to see again this week, so that's what I'm bringing to you. I might have to bring in a My Career to this channel as well. You guys have been responding pretty well to it, and we're going to make sure that there's plenty of basketball on this channel during basketball season to mix in with that FIFA. So thank you guys for watching the last video. I am jumping right into game number 2. My team is a budget team right now, and I'm thinking about keeping it that way. You guys got to let me know what you think in the comments, all that stuff. But this video, I'm not going to lie, you saw the title. This is a crazy video. Their lineup didn't look impressive, but this guy was smart. This guy that I played in the second game was real smart. A little bit cheesy, but I dealt with it. My team is the Bucks. You see me there just dribbling around a little bit. I've got Yerebko, Gary Neal, you know, guys that are all right, you know, fringe players in the NBA as far as they do some things special, but they're not superstars. I got Telfair as my point guard right now, shooting jumpers and doing his thing. And, of course, Kwame Brown. You know, he was the MVP of the last game when we made him quit. CJ Miles is athletic and just driving to the basket, but I've got to play some better defense. The Bucks are not known for that in real life. This is just a jersey, don't worry. I'm not going to be like the real life Bucks, but I'm getting it in. I'm trying to get this game going good. Problem is that I could not play defense, as I mentioned. Marco Bellinelli was killing me. Yeah, I said it. Marco Bellinelli. The game right now is predicated, as I just jam all up in somebody's face. The game right now is predicated towards getting cheap players that can do one thing really well. And most of the time for guys, that's going to be, you know, guys that can shoot. If you have guys that can shoot and you can drop trays like no other, then that's what you're looking at. You're probably going to be in a good situation. I get the ball ripped from me. I just don't have any team synergy. I'm definitely going to be trying to mix it up. I did a tutorial on Two Brothers Gaming. That's XRobbieH14X if you don't know. Check that out. I did a tutorial on recycling players, and part of the reason that I found that out was because of this game. I was getting killed from 3, and the team that he had wasn't really any better than mine. We're still early in my team. People haven't spent a lot of Microsoft points to get that VC. My other my team, in you know, if you're looking for a one that's not so much budget, my other my team is pretty crazy. There you see 11 points in 6 minutes. Marco Bellinelli has just been raining threes on my forehead. And the problem here is the scoreboard's disappeared. I don't know what the deal is with that. Bricking threes. Kwame Brown is not a bad budget option, believe it or not, in this game. Maybe when the roster updates come out, that's going to change, but who knows? We will see. The players will update along with this. I think it's going to be pretty crazy when the budget starts going nuts for people, when the market is fluctuating, when the actual My Team guys start getting performances in real life, because the budget is going to change. You know, maybe one week Jeremy Lin, you can get him on the cheap, and then he has a good week. The rosters update, and next week, not so much. So that's going to be an interesting thing. I'm frustrated at this point. I'm fouling Bellinelli. I can't see what the score is because of that glitch that's in there. 2K's working on fixing that, for those of you that are wondering. But yeah, I'm just getting threes rained on my head. I can't guard all 5 positions. My strategy was off, though. I got to admit, I wasn't doing so hot. I did get out ahead of them for a quick dunk here, but I've got to tighten the defense. It just wasn't working for me. And then in the second half, you're going to see what I did to fix that situation. So make sure you watch this all the way to the end. I know it's a rather long video, but it's actually worth it. Trust me on this one. Telfair is a good budget option as well. I didn't want to spend any VC, and this is actually on my second account, so I had to do something to make that right. Yerebko, I don't know, he's one of the top-tiered bronze players, but I just really wasn't feeling his shot. I'm having some trouble. I might have to get rid of him. Gary Neal was doing a little bit of everything for me, and if I could get out on the break, then I destroyed him. Actually got some quick transition buckets, and that was what was keeping me anywhere near being in the game. But I'm not going to lie, I contemplated quitting. Miles was doing his all-around thing and getting to the bucket for a couple of easy dunks. Like that one as well. But I just don't have that superstar. I don't have that killer just yet. And I was down 13, which in 5-minute quarters, when you're down 13 at the half, you're like, man, that's crazy. Look at Bellinelli. He's the difference in the game right now. Again, if you can get guys like Bellinelli, Steve Novak, Kyle Korver, any of those three-point specialist type dudes, and you have a budget, you don't have very much VC to spend, definitely get a three-point shooter. They're cheesy in this game. The three-point shooting isn't too ridiculous, but a lot of people don't choose to guard it for whatever reason. Again, my defense just sieve-like terrible in this second half. I started to pick it up, though. Gary Neal once again with a steal. Should have dunked that. Should have dunked that, just like they say in the Michael Jordan commercial. But I keep having to pause the game, as you can see there, to see my score. I'm down 13. They needed a timeout. I started to make a little bit of a run. Not complaining about that whatsoever, but you guys got to let me know what you think of my team, of NBA 2K13 in general. We're a little bit out of the honeymoon phase now because it's been over a week since the game's been released. People are finding bugs. They've already released a little patch to fix the My Career freezing glitch, and that's something right there that's really important. If you guys are playing my team, I'm no expert, but I have only taken like one loss in maybe 8 or 9 games against varying opponents. At that point, I had considered quitting, but the thing that I would say is don't quit. You'll get some VC. I am down 19 at this point, and I'm just considering quitting at this point. Didn't like it at all. But my suggestion is to see what your team is like and do that player swapping that I talked about on the channel. I was even trying to charge cheese. But at this point, look at the scoreboard. Oh, wait, it's not up. I'll tell you, I was down 21 points. But you know what? I'm giving you the full unedited footage from here on out. You are going to see a crazy thing happen in this game. I had the sweaty controller syndrome going on, that SCS. If you've been watching our association videos, you're familiar with that. But I started realizing, you know what? They're only shooting with a couple of guys. I need to close out on the shooters. I need to adjust my strategy. I just can't play with my head, not in the game. I was just kind of playing, just kind of whatever, and it wasn't working for me. They were pressuring me. I needed to play with my head, especially on defense. If they're not going to guard me, I'm going to bomb trays. I didn't even plan on having Carroll in the game, but whatever. Now I'm pausing it and checking the score. We're getting into this a little bit. We're getting a little excited. I like when you can put the pressure on the team that's ahead. But I leave these people open, Herringody, some of these other people, and my goal was like, you know what? If I'm going to get beat, I'm going to get beat by other people besides Marco Bellinelli. He was killing me in the first half. He was absolutely the difference, and I was here to give Bellinelli a hand in his face every time he shot. My hope was he's going to keep shooting long threes. In real life, long threes mean long rebounds. Long rebounds, if you can secure them, mean easy fast breaks and easy points. So my only hope was to get in Bellinelli's face and hope the guy couldn't change his strategy and that he only had one strategy and he couldn't adjust. That's the biggest thing in my team, and the recommendation I was going to tell you guys earlier was my recommendation is to adjust accordingly. Don't just play one style based on no matter what. You have to, there's the face of evil, Marco Bellinelli. You have to be able to adjust on the fly to what your team is doing, the team that you're playing. Their strategy was to shoot from the outside. They had a couple of cheap guys that were just three-point bombers, and that was it. But once I started shutting this strategy down, the gap starts getting narrowed, and I see this guy starting to pause the game every once in a while, seeing what the score is. I'm leaving other people open, and it's confusing him. But he stuck in there, and he did play some inside game. It just depends on your opponent. You're not going to be able to game plan for only one style of play. I've got to get my act together. I'm almost back courting with Telfair. But at the end of the day, if you stick with your strategy and you have multiple versatile players, and yes, you can do this with bronze guys, then you are going to do pretty well. I've learned to play based on real basketball, and it's actually worked out pretty well. 2K is, believe it or not, a realistic game, so it's a good thing. Now we're heading into the fourth quarter here. I missed that long buzzer beater, but no big deal. I'm still thinking, I might have a shot. I narrowed the gap by 10. We're looking at 57 to 46. So this is pretty crazy. If I can take a victory here, that'd be pretty nuts. I started playing Gary Neal at point guard. I just had my head in my butt there for a minute. I was writing some notes. And, not having the scoreboard just made this even more intense because it was like, man, what am I going to do? Oh, swing the ball. That's beautiful basketball. Spot up. See, I wanted to leave this unedited, though, for a reason, because I wanted to show that you can come back in this mode. People that are quitting early like the guy did in the first game that I showed here on Yeousch Sports, they need to re-examine that, because you can have a sound strategy and you don't have to be one of those guys. So I'm blowing layups. The key, though, is to stick with it. Underneath shots really need some work. Layups, contact layups, all that stuff. Unless you have the finisher signature skill, you're really looking at a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed short shots. Getting out on the break once again. Gary Neal was just playing some great defense for me, but I'm blowing layups. I'm not digging it. Not proud of the offense that I had in this game, but I'm hoping that it'll pull me through. I've got to stop him over and over and over again, or I really have no shot here. Let's get into the post game. Nobody's going to guard me. That's fine. I'm just throwing fakes. That works. I faked all three of them out. Nothing doing there. But what I love about my team is that you can really beat somebody with a worse team than they have. You know, if somebody spends a whole bunch of money on Dwight Howard, Kevin Durant, all these good players, and they still don't know how to play them, you can beat them with a lesser team, a team that costs you less VC. Which is not to say that you're not going to swag out every once in a while and be like, you know, I think I will just spend some money on a good player. I'm definitely going to do that on this channel. Definitely going to do that for you guys. Yenga, why not? Oh, almost a nasty dunk. I was trying to shoot from outside. I was trying to be bad and catch up real quick. Looking at about 3 minutes left in the game, but he is just, I don't know, he's just losing it. I don't know why he changed his strategy up. He was doing just fine with Bellinelli, but once I started closing out on him, he got a little desperate. You can see Bellinelli still got 18 points there. We've narrowed the gap and not let them score for 2 whole minutes, which is a big deal. Now he's getting a little nervous. He's pausing. He's not really sure what to do at this point. And you can see in the top right corner there, I am shading Bellinelli at this point. I was playing on-ball defense, but it just wasn't working out for me. When I let him play off-ball defense, he has no options of throwing it to Bellinelli, and if he does, then I'm right in his face. He can't do anything. He's making sloppy passes. I'm still in his face. We're running the shot clock down. If we can get a couple of rebounds, then we might be able to make this thing work. That was my plan, and I stuck to it. Can I do it, though? I was sweating, man. I know it's just a video game and everything, but for those of you that are hardcore basketball guys, or even the FIFA guys on this channel that have been kind enough to watch stuff, you've got to know it's really tough when you're in a tight game, even if it's just a video game. If you've ever played before, you get that feeling like you're in a close game and like the game is on the line. And that's I guess the magic of video games or something like that. It's just tough to describe. Like, you actually get nervous and you think, man, this is stupid. It's just a video game, but it's true. Easy layups there. I know he's getting nervous. I know he's going to start pausing the game and checking his score. He's really got to get something put together here that will work out. Otherwise, I'm going to steal one here, and there's no other way to describe it. If you have a 21-point lead, you should not lose it. He could have just ran the clock out, but he didn't check his strategy, and real basketball knowledge always wins. At this point, I have already come back 15 of the 21 points. I have 6 to go before it's a tie game. I just know that everything has to go right at this point. We're looking at 1:45 left on the clock, and I just thought, man, there's no way I can do this. But if you jump at people when they go up for layups, it's a good chance that they miss. They might have to re-examine that. Kwame Brown is not a point guard getting in the post. I had to do this because this is the best way to do things. A little up and under action, and Kwame comes through again. Why not? Even the T-Rex dinosaur hands every once in a while come up big. Kobe Bryant just ripped on Kwame Brown and Smush Parker in real life. Kwame actually recovered and put up a respectable career post-Lakers, but when he was with the Lakers, he was a bust. No mistakes about it. Again, he can't do anything. He's stuck. I set it to double-team Bellinelli, which is another thing you can do, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. You got to play that on-ball defense and hope that they miss. And I got lucky on that one, but he shot with the wrong guy. Stackhouse doesn't have that game anymore. Kwame Brown's a point guard. Not really, but if they're going to leave me open, if you throw a fake and they jump, you can get a layup, you can get a dunk, and you can make shots just like that. So I'm loving it. We are within 2 points. Kevin Harlan is freaking out. I'm freaking out a little bit. Only a few seconds left. You know he's going to shoot. See? Can't change the strategy, and that's a killer. Let's run. Let's go. I want to put the pressure on him, and if they're not going to guard me, I'm going to lay it right up. Here we are with a tie after being down 21 points in 5-minute quarters. If you played 2K before, you know that this is just a crazy game. I'm not trying to brag on me. I just thought that, man, you know, this is rare. It's not often that you play online, have a big lead, evaporate like this, whether you're on the offensive or the defensive side of it. It's pretty crazy. But you know what? If you're going to leave him open, that's a 3. 63 to 60. I just had a 24-point swing on this team. They're pausing. He's looking at the clock. He's got 10 seconds left, but he's down 3. This is crazy. And who is he going to pass to? Who do you think he's going to pass to? Bellinelli, of course. We get the steal, and you are looking at a ball game right there. They can't even catch me. End of the game. Now it's just a free throw shooting contest. The guy is mad. What are you going to do? I mean, that is just nuts. I'm dribbling away, and that right there is your ball game. How's that for a comeback, guys? I had to give you that good stuff. I thought about throwing this up on Two Brothers Gaming, our channel. That's XRobbieH14X for those of you that don't know. For those of you that do, I appreciate that support. I've got another MyTEAM on that channel if that's what you're into, as well as My Career. 2 associations with my brother Bill. He's got My Career stuff, so you're looking at about 3 My Careers, 2 associations, 2 MyTEAMs total. And then I have a Create a Legend with Dennis Rodman as well. So if you're looking for a variety of 2K13, you know you're going to find it on 2K Fridays, but you're also going to find it on Yeousch Sports. I'm going to make sure that I keep bringing you guys this good basketball stuff. I had to show you this tremendous comeback. This really put my faith in my team, and it put my faith in this game, really, as far as my team stuff goes, because that was the whole philosophy. If you knew real basketball, then you're going to do well in my team this year, especially once the real games start and the market starts fluctuating. If you want me to put out tips videos, let me know. Let me know what else you want to see, and we will do this thing real big here on Yeousch Sports. Thank you guys for watching 2K Fridays. I'm going to leave you with the stats, and we are going to talk at you early next week, guys. I might throw 2 videos up this week. Let me know if you want to see more of my team or what you want to see of NBA 2K13. Thank you.
Yeah, just point out the bounce.